Every weekend in the Premier League feels like a new story. Rivalries, shocks, and narratives that twist week by week. And this round, it's packed with drama. Matchweek 4 is here, and we've got everything from a new managerial era at Nottingham Forest under Ange Postecoglou to the Manchester Derby on Sunday as well. Let's go through every game and break down what we can expect. So, let's start off with Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. This is probably one of the most intriguing fixtures of this weekend. Arsenal is a side that thrives really at home. They welcome Nottingham Forest, now led by Ange Postecoglou, who replaces the outgoing manager in Nuno Espirito Santo. And that's right, the former Spurs boss is back in the Premier League as a Europa League winner, which might also help Nottingham Forest's Europa League bid for this year as well. So it's an interesting managerial change going from a little bit of a low block manager to a ultra attacking sort of manager, but his first test is a very tough test. Forest under Postecoglou will look to play very brave football, high pressing, fast transition, um, not a very deep block as we've seen. Like Spurs are, we were criticizing them for their high line as well. The question is, would he be able to instill his ways so quickly? My thought process is no. I think it will take a couple of weeks for for the Forest players to understand how he wants to play. And Arsenal's midfield trio will likely dominate possession, in my opinion. But Forest, who do like to play in transition, and Postecoglou, who does like to have a fast transition, might create a few chances if they press correctly and if he comes up with a really good plan. But I do think at the end, Arsenal's quality with Gyökeres and all these guys will win out there. So there might be a surprise on our hands, but we never know what will happen. But my prediction for this game is Arsenal 2-1. I think that is a more sensible way to go at this. Then we come on to Bournemouth versus Brighton Hove Albion. Brighton traveled to the Vitality Stadium to face Bournemouth. Both teams have kind of shown some attacking intent this season. But Brighton's possession based approach might give them the edge, in my opinion, because they're pretty good at what they do. However, Bournemouth are a really good side under Iraola as well. Um, I I do think there might be something interesting that might happen in this game. However, I am gonna go with the home team in this situation, where I'm gonna predict Bournemouth 2-1 for this game. Next up, we got Crystal Palace versus Sunderland. Then Crystal Palace hosts Sunderland at Sellers Park. Um, Palace's solid defensive setup will be tested with sort of Sunderland's youthful energy. It will be a key battle in midfield where the control of the game will be crucial. But I do think Palace will have too much quality, and the managerial quality in Glasner will shine again. And I think this might lead to possibly Palace's. Um, is it Palace's first win this season? If it is, it might be Palace's first win this season, and I think it will be 1-0 to Palace over Sunderland. We look at Everton Football Club versus Aston Villa. Everton do welcome Aston Villa to Goodison Park. Everton are in a very uh, rich vein of form at the moment, and Aston Villa can't even buy a win at this moment in time. So in my opinion, this might be a must win game for Villa as well. However, I believe Everton is a really strong side at home, and I'm going to go with Everton for this game as well, because I believe Everton might win this game 1 or 2-0 with Jack Grealish coming into form, even Keenan Dewsbury Hall doing well for them as well. So, yeah, Everton 2-0 for this game. That is my prediction. Next up, we got Fulham versus Leeds. Fulham will face Leeds at Craven Cottage. Leeds are a good team, but I do think Fulham is a much, much, much better team. And it might test Fulham's ability to play out from the back with Leeds pressing out a bit high as well. But with Fulham's home game advantage, I do think Fulham win this game 2-1. Newcastle versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. You did see Wolves give a really good game to Brentford the last time we saw them play. However, I do think Newcastle must win this game, and playing at home might give them a little bit of that advantage of trying to win. We might see the newcomers in Wisa and Walter making their debuts as well for St James's, making their debut at St James's Park this weekend, and this might give them the added uh, boost to go and win this game. Do mind that there is no Anthony Gordon in this game as well, so I am going for a Newcastle win, 2-0 for Newcastle. And then we got West Ham versus Tottenham Hotspur. West Ham did pull off an interesting win against Nottingham Forest in the last game, but I believe West Ham are a poor team even though they're at home in this game. I do think Tottenham Hotspur will have too much for them, and I do think they will blow them out of the water with Kudus, Richarlison, and all these players being a little bit on form as well. So I am going for a 2-1 win for Spurs for this game. Then we come to Brentford versus Chelsea. Brentford take on Chelsea for at the GTEC Stadium, and even though Chelsea's attacking options have been limited, there has been rumors that Cole Palmer is back in training, and maybe possibly Romeo Lavia coming back into the fold as well. It's going to be interesting to see how Chelsea come back from this international break as well. And me as a Chelsea fan, and I'm hoping that they would keep their um, momentum going, because I would like to treat this as a must-win game for Chelsea. That would at least keep the pressure on both Arsenal and Liverpool, at least for the time being, of this Premier League as well. Brentford are really good at set pieces. Their manager, even though they lost Thomas Frank, Wisa, and Embuemo, they have still been doing good for themselves. Um, Honestly, I could see a draw happening in this game as well, but I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to go back my team, and I'm going to go with a 1-0 win to Chelsea. Then we come to Burnley versus Liverpool, where we might see Isak's first game, and also we might see Isak score his first goal for Liverpool as well. This is going to be a very, very easy win for Liverpool against Burnley. Scott Parker is not going to win this game for sure. In my opinion, Liverpool are going to blow them out of the water 4-5-0 in my opinion. So I'm going to go with a 4-0 win for Liverpool in this game. Last but not least, we come to the Manchester Derby. The Manchester Derby will be held at the Etihad Stadium. It is the highlight of the weekend after Postecoglou's Nottingham Forest. City's dominance have been tested at home this season, and also United are not really in form. However, City do give up a lot of chances, in my opinion. With that front three of Brian Embuemo, Matthias Cunha, and also Benjamin Sesko, maybe there might not be Matthias Cunha. It might be Amad Diallo playing in that position. We don't know yet. We'll have to see what will happen. I do think the midfield will play a key role in this, with Rodri being back and United's soft sort of midfield. But I do know that Manchester United always turns up for the big games, so it's going to be interesting to see how this game pans out. In my opinion, I do think City might win this game, but I am going to go with a sensible decision on this, and I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw for this game. So that's a wrap for match week 4 with the Premier League preview. What are your predictions? Let me know in the comments below. Will Forest era begin with a bang, with Postecoglou might be up for a shock win against Arsenal? Can Burnley cause an upset? let us know on the comments below. Don't forget to always like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell for more in-depth videos like this. I know we haven't been very active over the international break because I really don't want to talk about it that much because it's nothing to talk about. There will be a video coming out in the next couple of days about Chelsea's breaches as well. But thank you for watching the Offside Trap, where we break down the game one trap at a time. So see you on the next one.